about 500 meters from the post now. We also know that you're not supposed to film or take pictures at these border posts, so hopefully they won't notice us doing that. Logging down all the passport numbers. It's a very interesting mine.
They might not even let me through, and I may not get to see the man whose blood has unlocked the secrets of the greatest journey ever.
Yeah, he's eyeballed me.
How am I going to get out of this one? I'm on the track of one man whose blood tells the story of the most extraordinary journey in history. The children of this man's great ancestor became Native Americans, Europeans, Asians, and Russians. Some even made it down into India. But I'm being held at a border near a war zone. After 4 hours of bargaining, we were allowed into Kazakhstan. We're on our way.
We left eastern Kyrgyzstan at about 9 o'clock this morning, and it's 9 o'clock at night now. But very, very excited. We're about to go in and meet somebody who plays a critical role in our understanding of the genetic history of Eurasia. He gives us a direct line back to the ancestors of most Europeans, Native Americans, and a lot of Indians. So let's go see him.
Здравствуйте. Очень приятно. С вами тоже очень приятно. Should take the shoes off.
Пожалуйста, пожалуйста, давай так. Проходи ты.
This is an extraordinary moment. You can make discoveries in a lab, but to put a face to a genetic marker as ancient as this, well, for me, it's truly amazing. He may be shorter than I am, but he's a genetic giant in our history. I'm gonna have to give him my blood speech, though. Hope it doesn't put him off.
What if I told you that your blood takes us back in history 40,000 years? Your lineage takes us back to the very first Central Asians, before Uyghurs, before Pamiris, before Tajiks, the very first people who lived here. Do you know what DNA is?
Вы знаете ДНК? He have heard.
So it's the blueprint. That it's your instruction book. It's how to make
То есть это
another version
ДНК
of you.
дает вашу детям.
Now, the thing that we've been studying is known as the Y chromosome. And this is a small piece of DNA that doesn't really do very much except to make you male. So your Y chromosome you got from your father.
Чтоб чистый.
То есть вы
Чистый.
Вот мой отец.
Pure.
This is a picture of his father.
Вот отец.
В центре, да?
А это дедушка.
And the grandfather.
Дедушка.
That's great.
Father and grandfather.
That's fantastic. So that is a lineage, okay? Your Y chromosome came from him, to him, to you. Now, if we trace back even further, so we go from you to your father, to your grandfather,
Если
to
мы
his father,
проследим,
and so on and so on and so on, back through nearly 2,000 generations. If we do that, we reach a single man, one man.
То есть, когда мы это делаем, то есть вы, допустим, один человек, берем как человек,
Who was living in southern Central Asia.
который живет в центре Средней Азии, то есть Евразии, в центре континента. Мы живем, да?
Да, Средняя Азия.
Сердце.
Сердце.
Around 40,000 years ago. Now, this was a very important man because
Потому что
he is the ancestor of Europeans, Native Americans, and many, many Indians. So I can tell you with absolute certainty
я
that
могу вам точно вот сказать, с полной уверенностью.
your Y chromosome and his Y chromosome and his Y chromosome They've been here for 40,000 years.
Спасибо.
Thank you.
Мой кровь из нас чистый.
That means my blood is pure.
So congratulations.
Поздравляю.
Спасибо.
Very interesting blood. It's absolutely fantastic to be able to do the work I do. I'm very lucky.
Я очень счастлив. Это просто фантастически то, что я делаю и что я нашел.
Every day is like solving a puzzle. I go into the laboratory and I get a result and it solves a mystery about
То
history.
есть каждый день у меня как бы решаю какие-то загадки. Я прихожу в лабораторию, начинаю что-то делать и получаю абсолютно уникальные результаты. То есть каждый день как бы загадки, каждый день.
Спасибо.
But the most amazing part is to be able to come back here and tell you the results that I
И
found from your blood.
я счастлив то, что я после того, как получив результаты, я смог приехать опять сюда и сказать вам об этом.
Спасибо.
So I'd like to thank you for giving me both intellectual pleasure and real friendship and enjoyment.
Я хотела бы
It's great
сказать
to
вам
meet you.
спасибо за то, что вы мне дали просто интеллектуальное удовольствие. То, что я ученый, получил такой результат, я очень рад. И пожелать вам здоровья и счастья.
Спасибо.
So to your very important blood, which has brought us together.
Что мы стали друзьями, и что у вас очень важная кровь.
Чтобы приехали чаще. Снимали штуку. Я вам благодарен, что вы издалека пришли.
I'm very thankful that you came from the far.
Большое спасибо.
Thank you very much.
Well, thank you for meeting
Я
with us.
так боялся, что они меня делают.
Turned out the poor guy thought a doctor was coming to tell him he had cancer. No wonder he looks relieved. Genetically, we're so close. Yet from here in Central Asia, the descendants of Niazov's ancestral grandfather ventured out to give us an incredible diversity of looks. One group traveled west along the plains of Asia to become the first Europeans. But one branch of Niazov's family reached the Americas. Their children are the Native Americans, from the Inuit to the Incas. To get there, they had to embark on a journey into climatic extremes beyond anything endured before. Remember the Ice Age? Well, 20,000 years ago, it was at its most extreme. And yet, our research shows that that's when they headed straight into its bitter heart. Some of them are still there. Niazov's ancient marker shows up in a nomadic tribe deep in the Russian Arctic. They're called the Chukchi, and they're survivors from the Great Migration to the Americas 15,000 years ago. The Chukchi aren't exactly easy to find. They live on the northeastern end of Russia. In order to get there, I've had to come to Moscow. It's the middle of winter, and this is the only place to get a flight that goes anywhere close. Finding this tribe isn't going to be easy, because they're nomads. I'm hoping the Chukchi can show me how those Central Asian hunters could survive a journey through the heart of an ice age. But this flight is only the start of my journey.
We've flown east from Moscow about 5,000 miles, and this is it, the end of the line. A place called Anadyr, an old Russian settlement. We're headed inland to see the Chukchi people. Don't know how we're going to get there, though. Could get quite interesting.
The Chukchi live a further 400 miles north, inside the Arctic Circle, where temperatures can drop to nearly 100 below. For me, the only way to get any nearer is by chopper, but I'm told the weather up there has turned to storm force, and all the aircraft are grounded. It's a wonder people can live here today. It's so cold they've got to build everything on stilts, protecting buildings from the permafrost. I'm put up in a bare fifth-floor apartment in town. How long I'll be here is anyone's guess. The Chukchi are as close